Hey, welcome to the Pitchabilities show. This is episode 19. This is the show where you develop from the ground up. Hey everybody, welcome to the Pitchabilities show. This is Tom Oldham. The question that I got this week was, how should each pitch be released off the hand? So I'm going to go through a number of pitches and show how out of the hand those pitches should be released. So we'll start with the fastball, Fourseam Fastball. For the Fourseam Fastball grip, you're basically getting the horseshoe of the baseball, turning it on the side, and then putting your fingers right over the top of it. So for the release of this pitch, what you're really focused on is really having good, clean pressure with both of the fingers off of the pitch. Now for some of you guys with a Rapsodo, that's where you can really look at true spin and spin efficiency to really see if that ball is coming off the fingers well and having that true spin that we're looking for in the Fourseam Fastball. For the Twoseam Fastball, different variations of how to throw this. So Twoseam Fastball, you could throw it basically where you have the horseshoe of the ball and your fingers are over the top of it. I preferred to have where you had the horseshoe underneath, and then as a lefty, I would actually grip it on the right side of the ball and have my fingers together, all right? And as you're releasing this pitch, the focus should be on putting pressure down with that index finger with the index finger as you're releasing the ball to get that good run. So as a lefty, I wanted my pitch, my two-seamer, to run down to the left. For a righty, obviously you're gonna want it to run down to the right. For changeups, again, different variations of changeup grips. If you're throwing a circle changeup, I always tell guys, if you throw a four-seam fastball, throw a four-seam changeup, two-seam fastball, two-seam changeup. That way, as it's coming out of your hand, it looks similar from a spin standpoint to the hitter. So release with this pitch, really no matter your grip, the big thing that you want to think about is getting the ball back in your hand and really focus on relaxing your fingers on the inside of the baseball at release. So whenever you throw a baseball, your forearm naturally pronates, and that's basically the start of the deceleration phase and internal rotation for your throw. So out of your hand, from a pitch release standpoint, you want those fingers to stay relaxed on the inside of the baseball rather than getting your palm underneath the ball or being too strong on top of the ball. You want to really allow those fingers to relax on the inside part of the ball. So that's changeup. For curveball, for a curveball, I would have this is how I threw a curveball. You'd have the horseshoe of the baseball here. Now, I'm gripping on the left-hand side of the seams, and then I would have my thumb basically on the opposite side here. Now, as I'm releasing a curveball, I'm thinking about having my fingers, basically the knuckles of my middle finger and index finger, coming across the catcher's face out front. And then the thumb pushes up this way. So really what you're thinking about is putting pressure here with your middle finger and as your thumb coming up and really getting that good action out front. So if you're talking about release of the ball out of the hand, that ball's coming out this way and then you have that good spin allowing you to have that good break for your curveball. For a slider, different variations of how to throw a slider. But what you really want here, so how I used to throw one, you would have basically the horseshoe of the ball, and now, actually you could just do it off of your fastball. Have a quarter turn here with your fastball, and then really what you're thinking here is that your fingers are going down through the ball this way. So with a curveball, you would be here, with a slider more this way out front as you're releasing the ball, which makes sense just given the shape of the slider versus the curveball. If you're talking about a true 12-6 curveball or a slider that has a little bit more side-to-side action and maybe, well, not necessarily a little bit more depth, but more side-to-side action, that's what's going to help create that. Another pitch, I guess I should have covered this when I talked about fastballs, is your cut fastball. So you could go off your four-seam grip, you're offsetting the pitch in your hand, The big thing here with your cut fastball is that you're thinking about putting pressure down through the ball at release. So as that ball is being released, putting pressure down through it to get that good, tight, late action from the cut fastball. So hope that helps. Again, that's how I would throw the pitches, and how I teach players to throw the pitches if they're learning a pitch for the first time. Do understand with pitches, there's a lot of different variations of grips, and because with those grips, it may change where you're putting pressure, what finger you're putting pressure with, that sort of thing. So hope that helps, and if you have any questions, you can leave a message and we'll answer it on the show. Thanks.